My beloved brothers and sisters, sometimes change does not arrive loudly. It doesn't knock with thunder or announce itself to the world. Sometimes destiny shifts quietly, and your heart is the first to know. There comes a moment in life when you begin to feel different, even though nothing around you has changed yet. Your surroundings look the same. Your struggles may still be there. Your problems may not have disappeared. But inside, something has moved. Something has softened. Something has awakened. And that, my dear brothers and sisters, is often the first sign that Allah is preparing you for a new chapter. One of the clearest signs your destiny is changing is when Allah removes the taste of certain sins from your heart. Things you once enjoyed no longer satisfy you. Conversations you once loved now feel empty. Habits that once distracted you now leave you feeling uncomfortable. This is not boredom, this is purification. Allah is slowly detaching your heart from what no longer serves your akhirah. Another sign is when you start craving solitude with Allah. You may find yourself loving silence, loving reflection, loving moments where it is just you and your dua. This is not loneliness, this is alignment. When Allah wants to elevate a servant, He draws them closer before the elevation comes. Sometimes destiny changes when people exit your life without explanation. Friends drift away, certain relationships collapse, doors close unexpectedly, and you ask, why now? But understand this, Allah never removes someone unless their presence would harm where you are going. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next chapter. Some people are lessons, not companions. You may also notice that your patience increases even though your problems remain. The trial is still there, but your reaction is different. You no longer panic the way you used to. You no longer complain as much. You begin to say, Allah knows, Allah sees, Allah is enough. That calmness is not from you, it is a gift from above. When Allah changes your destiny, He changes your heart before He changes your situation. He teaches you to trust Him while you are still waiting. He trains you to rely on Him while the road is still unclear. This is mercy, not delay. Remember the lives of the prophets. Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, did not see the palace when he was thrown into the well. Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, did not see freedom when he stood before the sea. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did not see victory when he was driven out of Mecca. But Allah was already writing the ending while they were living the struggle. Sometimes destiny changes when your dua becomes more sincere. You stop asking for everything you want and you start asking for what is good. You say, oh Allah, choose for me even if it hurts. That is the dua of someone whose heart is maturing. Another sign is when you are tested right before relief. Heaviness increases, pressure builds, you feel like you're at your limit. And that is often because the final weight is being added before the scale tips. Allah does not break His servants, He prepares them. Do not rush the process. Do not compare your journey to others. What is delayed is not denied, and what is denied was never meant to be yours. Trust the timing of Allah, for He is never late and He never forgets. If you feel distant from the world but closer to Allah, if your heart is quieter but stronger, if you are letting go without fully understanding why, then be gentle with yourself. Something is shifting, something is being rewritten. And by the permission of Allah, what is coming will make sense of what you lost. Hold on. Have sabr. Keep making dua. Because when Allah changes your destiny, He does it with wisdom, mercy, and perfect timing, even when you can only feel it, not see it yet. When Allah is about to change your destiny, He does not begin with your circumstances, your wealth, your status, or your surroundings. He begins with your heart. This is one of the greatest signs of divine preparation, yet it is often misunderstood. People expect change to arrive externally first, but Allah, in His wisdom, knows that a transformed life cannot be sustained without a transformed heart. You may notice that your reactions are no longer the same. Things that once triggered anger now pass quietly. Situations that once broke you now make you pause and reflect. This does not mean your pain has disappeared. It means your heart is being strengthened. Allah is teaching you how to carry what is coming. Before He gives you ease, He gives you emotional stability. Before He opens doors, He teaches you patience in closed rooms. There is a moment when you stop chasing the world the way you used to, not because you gave up, but because your priorities shifted. You still work, you still strive, but your heart is no longer attached the same way. Success no longer defines your worth, and failure no longer destroys your hope. This balance is a gift from Allah. It is the calm before transformation. Sometimes you wonder why you are changing while everything around you remains the same. Your struggles are still present. Your prayers have not yet been answered in the way you expected. Yet inside there is a quiet certainty forming, a belief that Allah sees you, a trust that He has not abandoned you. This inner peace does not come from logic, it comes from divine reassurance placed in the heart of a believer. Look at the lives of the prophets to understand this truth. Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, had his heart refined through betrayal, slavery, and prison before Allah elevated him to authority. Had his situation changed before his heart matured, the blessing may not have lasted. Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, was shaped through fear, exile, and responsibility before being entrusted with a nation. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, endured years of hardship, rejection, and loss before victory arrived. In every case, Allah prepared the heart before changing the destiny. When your heart changes, your relationship with Allah deepens. Your dua becomes less demanding and more trusting. You stop saying, why me? And begin saying, Ya Allah, guide me through this. You still cry, but you no longer complain the same way. You still hope, but you surrender the outcome. This surrender is not weakness, it is strength rooted in faith. Another sign of inner change is when you become more aware of your intentions. You begin questioning why you do what you do. You seek sincerity instead of validation. You care more about Allah's approval than people's applause. This shift may feel isolating because not everyone around you will understand it, but solitude with purpose is better than company that distracts the soul. Allah also changes your heart by teaching you patience that is not forced. You no longer rush divine timing. You understand that delays are not punishments and silence is not neglect. You learn that Allah's not yet is sometimes greater mercy than an immediate yes. This understanding cannot be taught through words. It is learned through lived experience. There may be days when you feel tired without knowing why. Emotional exhaustion often comes before spiritual elevation. Allah is emptying your heart of reliance on people so it can be filled with reliance on Him. He is removing false supports, so you lean fully on the one who never collapses. When your destiny is changing, Allah also changes how you see yourself. You stop defining yourself by your past mistakes. You stop living in guilt and regret. You begin to believe that you are capable of growth, forgiveness, and renewal. This self-respect is not arrogance. It is recognizing that Allah would not invest this much effort into shaping your heart if He intended to abandon you. So if you feel different lately, do not panic. If your heart feels heavier yet calmer, do not lose hope. If you are becoming quieter, more reflective, more connected to Allah, understand this clearly. Something is happening. Allah is working where people cannot see. And when the outer change finally comes, you will realize that the real miracle was not the new situation. It was the new heart that was ready to receive it.